What's the score between these two? SpeCial and Elazer are 0-0. You've not seen them since? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking me. Are you worried about them? Since the last time we saw them was 6 hours ago? Since Australia and Nightmare are in Korea, they're probably sleeping. I don't know what the local time is in Seoul, but 3 or 4 a.m. Yes, they did lose. But it's okay. Even after a loss, I think you're allowed to go to bed. You meant overall? Well, one of the main reasons, guys, why I will always like SpeCial versus Elazer, and I will gladly share this story with you guys as soon as we hop into game 1, is because once upon a time they played a very impactful series at BlizzCon. I think it was BlizzCon 2016. Historically, it's awfully close between these two. I didn't know this when I made this match, but 34-31, 12-11. So that's about as close as it could ever be. If SpeCial wins 3-0 tonight, they are perfectly balanced. But the biggest series they ever played was at BlizzCon 2017, round of 8. That was obviously a massive one. For some reason, Metachobo, when you write whatever you're trying to write, it shows up as a curse word. So it's asterisk, 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 and then it says Uli, U-L-I at the end. So I still don't know which team you're talking about. Apparently Twitch thinks that you're cursing. I know that you're not trying to, but I am confused. Anyway, Big Brain Bouts, number 41. It doesn't work. Oh, Sound Pauli? Okay. What is weird with Pau? You think he does it? No, I don't think he does it on purpose. I think Twitch is doing that. Anyway. Naughty German club names. I mean, we all know about those Germans. Always has to get very sexual. Anyway. It's time, guys, for the last time tonight. Our final series of a very long day of StarCraft. Your man Roddy has been live for 9 hours and 35 minutes. But honestly, I've had a very good, fun first day on these new maps and the new patch. There is room for a little bit of positivity, because today I think was fantastic.
Let's get it on. Round 1, fight.
In the top right side of LC1, we are looking at the main base of the one and only Polish Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer, aka Miko. Wait, I did play on this map. This is the map that I played yesterday against Nathanius. Yeah, I played this map yesterday. In the bottom left side, we are looking at the main base of our Mexican Terran player. I believe he's still teamless, looking for some representation. It is Juanito, aka SpeCial. My first TVZ that I get to cast on this patch, guys. On this map and on this patch. I don't really know what to expect. Obviously, we saw Wadi's tournament, and there were a whole lot of Cyclones in that one. But a few things have changed ever since, so for once, I think you guys may be more informed than I am. But I'm just going to watch, learn, and I hope it's a very entertaining best of 5. It is the part of Hamburg with the red light district, maybe that's why? I highly doubt that. You think it's all Sion? According to Wiki, it's a Greek princess who was turned into a kingfisher. Didn't Kingfisher once upon a time have a Formula 1 team? Oh, they had an airline. Right? They sponsored a Formula 1 team and they had an airline. It's a popular beer in India, right? Kingfisher. Apparently now also the story behind the map in StarCraft 2. So the opening here, guys, because obviously I don't know what all of this means, is a Reaper Cyclone. A Reaper Cyclone with a CC on the low ground. I already tried to make this match as the main event of the previous BBB. And back then, Elazer said, I'm down if we can play on the new patch. I was like, are you sure? Aren't Cyclones too good? And he's like, no. Solo just played bad. It has nothing to do with Cyclones. It's gonna be okay. Back then I was like, I don't know about that. I don't really want to force it upon all the other people. But since the patch went live this week, it obviously made a lot of sense to see these two guys duke it out with one another. SpeCial did tell me that he hasn't really played a whole lot on the new patch. But I'm sure since yesterday he has tried to get a couple of games in. Kills an Overlord early. That has to be pretty good. We now have a reactor on the factory and we're building 2 Cyclones at a time. So double Reaper into reacted Cyclones. Weird little Zelnaga watchtower, by the way, guys, in the center of the map with like very choky area. I feel like we're gonna see some very weird skirmishes and battles around this Zelnaga watchtower. For you, nothing, Thorn. I can read everything that you wrote. I'm already worried for Mixu, guys, because Cyclones do really pack a punch. I said Mixu, but I meant Elazer. I saw Mixu talking in the chat. One queen dies there. Isn't Elazer already in some trouble here, or am I crazy? I mean, obviously SpeCial doesn't necessarily know what we know, so he's gonna play it very cautiously. He's taking his time. But I kind of thought if he would have just gone for it there with the 3 Cyclones and the 2 Reapers, that Elazer would have already been in a bit of a pickle. There is a 12 worker lead though on the side of the Polish Zerg, so that's obviously very nice for him. We're gonna have a barracks, that's gonna be the permanent scout. We even have a couple of early liberators showing up. We're only on 2 gases, now we're gonna go for a Banshee too. So we assume that SpeCial is just gonna play mech, right? Like battle mech. The patch should be live on EU real soon, but last time we checked it wasn't. Guys, Queens are out of position. Barracks gave the heads up to SpeCial that the Queens are out of position. Now the Lings are going to try to go for a wraparound. I have no idea how this fight is going to go, but it looks like the engagement is good for Elazer, as he gets quite a few of these Cyclones very quickly. I think excellent catch there, guys, for the man from Team Liquid. Gets the surround that he was looking for. Not a Cyclone dies, so that's -5 Cyclones. For 2 Queens, 26 Lings, and a drone. Well, seems like a pretty good start for Miko. Zerg is fine, guys. For all of you guys out there worrying about how good Zerg is fine. Double expand going down now on the side of Elazer. I mean, SpeCial's 3rd command center was not ultra late, but it's also not super early, so I do feel that he really wanted to do a little bit more with his opening than he ended up doing. I really think there was a moment early on where he could have just gone for it with the Cyclone, but obviously their HP is rather low. They are a bit fragile, so maybe that would have been a bad choice. But when the Zergling count was literally 4, I really had the feeling that he could have made some magic happen. Roach1 is finishing up on the side of Elazer, and SpeCial is just dropping down additional factories inside of his own main. He does have the 3rd and 4th gas up and running. We have a very quick infestation pit. Could just be for Hive. Can also be for Roaches, Ravagers, and Infestors. Could even be for Swarm Host. The Terran upgrade is Hyperflight Rhodos. It's going to give the Banshees speed. Going to make the Banshees incredibly fast. They already have Cloak. With, ooh, those Spore Crawler? Oh. There's 0 Spore Crawlers out on the map, guys. Overseer is morphing, but these first 2 Banshees are going to pack a punch. And it has to happen in the Juanito game. The man who made the phrase famous. Cloak Banshee, they never expected. Even though he does it every single game. You know what, guys? He's onto something. Apparently, whenever they play against Juanito, they never expect it. Kills that Spore, by the way. Gets another drone. Well, that's definitely bringing him back into this game. Hello, Nico? What are we doing? Elazer very frustrated there. Started attacking his own lair. So what are we going to do with the infestation pit? Because I still don't know. Could it be for neither Swarm Host? Is it just for Hive? Are we going to get Infestors? It is an Infestor. Also going to get a Baneling Nest at the same time. But just one Infestor doesn't really mean anything. I've got no idea, Seth. Legitimately the first high-level TVZ that I watched since I watched that Clem Against Solar series of Wardy's Balance Tournament. But that one was already over at minute 8, every single game. Gonna get some Burrow as well, very early Burrow. Ooh, 4 Banshees now. And Elazer, guys, has been kind of a stubborn boy. does have one Spore Crawler, but that Spore Crawler doesn't necessarily keep the entire main base safe. One Queen here is not going to be enough. These Banshees are going to deliver a world of pain. Honestly, they can just go for the Evo Chamber, they can go for the Infestation Pit. Keep an eye on the minimap, we have a big mech army moving out as well on the bottom left. And Banshees are so freaking quick, eh? Ah, Fungal! That's 2 out of the 3. What have we got over here? Oh, these are looking quite alright. Hello, Sasha. Bit of a throw in game 1, Sasha. Against Nightmare. We could have done better there. But congrats on the win with the team, at least. It's a team league, so that's all that matters. Game 2 was sexy. And game 1, bit of a throw. Yeah, Lotus did not make it into the map pool. I mean, everybody that played on this map said it was terrible. I played on it 3 or 4 games. Thought it was kind of bad, but I was like, maybe we can have some fun with it. But I'm not sad to see that it's no longer part of this map pool. Banshees are having a field day on this hatchery in the top left side. Apparently there's a rich Vespian geyser here. Today I learned. The rich Vespian geyser in the top left side. That is a lot of Zerglings, by the way. And I don't know, we only have 7 Hellions. Obviously, if they're in the right spot, it's going to be okay. But all these Cyclones is apparently also good enough. Ratu said is also terrible. I played on it. I don't think it's that bad. Why do you guys are hating on that map so much? Looked fine to me. The map maker was in my chat earlier today and was very sad. It makes me sad. It's a very weird fight here, guys, but I have no idea, actually. The tank is dealing some friendly fire. I did notice that. These Hydras, by the way, in the back are definitely packing a punch, and I guess Elazer is doing really good. How many tanks are remaining? Only 1. Yeah, that is definitely a problem. We still have a couple of Banshees, but the Banshees can't really stay above this Roach Ravager Hydra army. At least we have a few sensor towers, and there is one more safety tank. I was like, who lost more? And apparently they are within... What is that? 61 resources from each other? After 11 minutes of video gaming, there are 61 resources apart between these two. Thank you to the anonymous gifts up there. That is going to give one to Mixit. Seems like a rotting map. Yeah, exactly. Pocket base, a lot of minerals, some bonus minerals before I can worry about the rocks. I like Ratu's set. Nothing wrong with that. Looks a whole lot better than Black Lotus. Banshee count is pretty high, by the way, guys. I think it's about time that Elazer starts taking these serious, and he does land a fungal, but he's going to lose the only... No, he has 2 out of 4 infestors. He's going to go for a planetary fortress right now. Banelings connecting with SCVs, gets 14 of them. Very explosive game. It feels that the pace... Like, I know that bio is incredibly quick, but I feel like the games are so quick with all these Cyclones. There's so many little things moving around. StarCraft was already a quick game, and it feels like it got even quicker with hyperflight rotors and these Cyclones just rolling around the map. I'm having a very hard time observing this. And I've still absolutely no idea who's supposed to be winning here. I guess we have Hive. That is good. I'm surprised that Elazer doesn't make a couple Vipers. Maybe it's because... Oh, no, wait. It's the Viper buff, guys. He doesn't want to reveal the Viper buff to the community. New Viper is so good that the Zergs are going to wait until there is $100,000 on the line. Few big fungals there, though. All of these Banshees getting picked off. I mean, that kind of hurts. Maybe the era of the Banshee is over. Now we have Banelings connecting with some Cyclones on the right side of the map. Jeez Louise, these nerds are really going for it. Roddy is not ready. Elazer with a potentially very sexy engagement. Splits off a couple of links to the bottom left side. Should be more than good enough for Miko, guys. Look at them Hydras go. I never see that Hydra lose. Saw some Hydras in game 2 of Scarlet earlier today as well. The Hydras look better than ever. Units lost resource tab still very even, but if we take a look at the income advantage, we can see that Elazer has been mining quite a bit more. So even trades are obviously going to favor the man from Poland. And I guess we are looking at a potential 1-0 lead. Miko does need to spend his money though. Does he have larva, guys? Does he have larva? No, he had 0 larva. He has some now. He actually lost a lot there towards the end, and he's still losing a lot. I don't know about this. Maybe it's okay, gets a tank. And these games are freaking quick, no? Wait, what is this? What am I looking at? Debris? Gold? And a Vespian Geyser. Wait, another rich Vespian Geyser? Does the bottom have... Wait, what? Okay. I mean, this is the first time I see this about this map, guys. Rich Vespian Geyser, top left. Rich Vespian Geyser. What the hell? Why are we making ravens? Lord knows. I have no idea. Juanita did tell me yesterday or the day before that he has not played a whole lot on the new patch yet. Maybe he just saw that symbol and he's like, oh, that looks pretty. I want that. Couple of Hellions. I'm going to try to get lucky in the top left side, but that is not going to work out. Here we got Rave anti-armor missile, maybe? That's still a thing, right? They should still have anti-armor missile. And I guess if all your Cyclones attack so quick, maybe that is a thing. And there's so much happening. I'm overwhelmed. New map, new patch, another Protoss to look at. I have no idea what's happening. It's such a large map as well, with so many different attack paths. Oh, that's a big shot. Some big tank shots. Earlier, guys, I thought that Elazer pretty much had it. Now I'm really not too sure anymore. Juanito seems to be taking some excellent fights, and you guys can see that as well in the units lost resource tab. Elazer losing over 3,000 resources more. Does have, I guess, everything that he needs to have. Maybe waiting for +3 missile attacks on that mean killing machine. Let's see what these Ravens are going to do as Lynx, Banelings, Hydras come in from 3 different angles. Ravens are really not doing anything yet. Blinding Cloud. Okay, maybe that's not too bad. Another Blinding Cloud. What is this fight? Oh my goodness. Did you guys see how quick everything fired? I've never seen a StarCraft 2 fight like that. What the hell was that? Felt that every single unit was on steroids. Ooh. Burrowed Banelings, by the way. Are Burrowed Banelings good against Cyclones, since Cyclones have so low HP? Could be a big play, no? I kind of like it. Looks very cool. Oh, no! Okay, the scan, guys. The scan. Took away our thunder. We're gonna go for it one more time. Elazer is still sitting on a decent amount of resources, but he's just having a very hard time spending it. He's sitting on 16 lava right now. Drops the Blinding Cloud. We'll take care of this tank, and we're just gonna do this weird fight all over again. We hit a whole bunch of units that all fire incredibly quick and move incredibly quick. What the hell? What the hell is this? The single Hydra barrel on barrel harass? For real though, guys, what is happening? I've never felt so lost in my own video game. This fight's so wild. Oh. This is Pigs 150% speed mode. I mean, some of these units, especially like the Hydra, Cyclone battle, it feels that everything is going ultra fast. I've never seen so many projectiles fly from one side to the other. Alright, we're gonna have a Ling run by. It's an Orbitor at the bottom side of the map, so it's a great Ling run by. +2 Zerglings, guys, with Adreno glands at the same time. Elazer really wants that Cyclone. We'll get it. Can he get a little bit more? There's a sensor tower in the center of the map. I thought they nerfed the sensor tower, guys. So many freaking Hydras. Are the Zerg still gonna tell me that Hydras are not good while spamming Hydras every game? Maybe we get Ravens because Elazer is the king of burrowed units. What about that? Juanito's supply has dropped. We're gonna have another wild fight. These Hydras are just absolutely jacked out of their freaking mind. As Banelings are crashing into the Cyclones on the right side, more Banelings are morphing. Elazer is just holding down whatever button is going to produce units. Send it to the other side of the map. More Cyclones get stuck, and I guess Juanito has kind of ran out of steam. Can no longer rebuild all the expensive units he's been losing. I mean, Elazer's economy is just off the charts because of double rich Vespian Geyser. It's insane. He's been benefiting so much from this, no? Oh my. Benjamin Baker in the chat at 9:45. Benny, since when are you allowed to stay up that late? Is Alice away from home or something? Go to bed real quick, mate. What are you doing up this late? Benjamin Baker breaking all the rules. Got 7 investors on the production tab at once. As Miko is now also waiting for maybe +3 melee to finish up. You guys want to play a guessing game with me? How many Cyclones have died in this 20-minute game? I have no idea. I don't think it's like a crazy high number, but it has to be somewhat high, right? I'm not exactly sure what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go with, I guess, like 77 is my guess. Oh, 72. Okay, my guess wasn't that bad. Did somebody guess 72? Few more links, counterattacking. Look at the minimap, by the way, because the map is so big, it feels like ants are all crawling towards the center of this map over and over and over again. This seems like a very stressful game for these nerds to play. I do think that this is kind of the calm before the storm, even though Fornito might have one more chance. Because somehow we are getting a little bit closer to having competitive supply again. Also, there is one blue flame heli. Oh, baby! Max Verstappen! Just roasting the competition, guys. From Suzuka to LC1. Or Alcyon. Max goes everywhere he needs to be. Guys, army supplies are somewhat close again. But now Elazer, after already enjoying 2 rich Vespian geysers, is also enjoying some gold minerals in the center of the map. 74 was closest. I still think my guess was pretty good. I don't know. I didn't promise a giveaway, guys. I have nothing to give away anymore. We did too many giveaways. I'll do some giveaways again soon. Neuro Parasite on the Ravens. But this seems like a very ugly engagement for Elazer. Even though in the end he is gonna get on top of all the tanks. But I feel like we could have done that in a slightly prettier manner. I also have no idea why we neuroed the Ravens. What was that all about? We're gonna let another fun go. A couple of additional Cyclones will fall. Elazer is now going to have to spend that very big piggy bank of his. Does have a great Aspire, so could morph a couple of the Corruptors into Broodlords. How about those 15 Infestors? Well, we only have 4 left. This felt very weird to Neuroparasite Ravens, but okay. Elazer needs to be careful though, because if he takes another absolutely atrocious fight, this game could maybe still sneak away. We're going for... Alright, we're gonna dump the energy of the Ravens and spam auto turrets. These tanks are in such a sweet spot, but here are the Broodlords, baby. And it feels that Fornito does not really have a whole lot of anti-air. He's got 8 Cyclones, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Lings are counterattacking as well. And is it then the Broodlord switch, guys, that is going to seal the deal after all for Elazer, who's been severely outmining his opponent for quite some time. GG gets called. GG Broodlords, or the GG Lords, as people used to call them. They still exist. After a 23-minute game where I saw some of the weirdest fights I've ever seen in my life. Not because of decision making, it's just I've never seen Hydras interact with Cyclones like that. Why was the mapmaker sad? Well, I don't know if the mapmaker was sad, but basically I load into a map, I'm like, oh, new map, and then like 3 people were like, oh, this map sucks, and then my opponent was like, this map is terrible. And then the map maker was in the chat. It was like, oh, I made that map. Like, that just makes me feel bad immediately. You know, somebody is trying to do something nice, make a nice map of StarCraft 2, and then people are just taking a dump on their creation. But apparently, a few things about the maps were map was changed as well. Honestly, like I haven't seen and played a lot on it, but to me the map looks alrighty. It's different, but different is not always bad. The thing is, people in the community always complain, right? If every map is 2K atmosphere, people complain about it being too similar. And if you then have maps that are a bit different, it's like, oh, it's terrible, terrible, terrible. It's like, well, make up your mind, right? Either we want some variation and maps to actually be different, Or every map is going to be the exact same. My haircut is looking very nice, very fresh, nice fade. Thank you, mate. I got a haircut 2 days ago. I like the new map pool too, Potting Puppy. But I actually thought our previous map pool was also good. I just got a bit tired of it because we were playing on it for so long. But the previous map pool was good. Do not ask me about that Moon Dance and Inside and Out and Waterfall map pool though. Because that one I absolutely despised. You just want a single 4-player map in the pool. Yeah. Like, I would be okay with 4-player maps in the pool, but only if it would reveal where you spawn. Like, I am not against 4-player spawning map pools, but then I do want to see where my opponent spawns. Like a little ping on the minimap, then I'm okay with it. But if we don't have that, then I think 4 players kind of sucks. Because losing against 12 pool because you scout the other 2 bases first, I mean, that's not fun, right? That has very little to do with StarCraft 2.
Round 2, fight!
I believe that some people in the chat believe that this map looks a little bit like Year Zero, or it reminds them of Year Zero. So if you guys want to get that out of your system right now so we don't have to do that the upcoming 22 minutes, that would be fantastic. I'm also not going to pronounce the name of this map yet. I'm going to wait for some of the native speakers to throw that one out there, and then I just copy what they say. In the top left side, taking the 1-0 lead in the Big Brain Bouts main event, number 41, hailing from Poland, representing Team Liquid, it is Elazer. In the top right side, we are looking at the main base of our Mexican Terran player. He's down 0-1, still looking for a team and some representation. It is Juanito, aka SpeCial. I really wonder if he could have just sent it in that previous game when he had 2 Reapers and 3 Cyclones. I feel like he could have just soloed the entire army of Elazer, because Elazer had no army. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong, because I don't know how those fights go. And also, obviously, he could not necessarily know that there was nothing else there. As I said, Sleeper, I'm going to wait, mate. I'll let my co-casters decide how we pronounce things, and I'll just copy. I do kind of want to be the only guy who calls that a one map hard lead instead of hard lead. And then have everybody correct me every single time. That would be kind of fun. Just to be really obnoxious. Keep on calling it hard lead. I'm so stupid. I live for this. It sounds like something Ravi would do, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, Juanito has a similar setup to the previous game. Barracks on the low ground. Can he get a drone here? He's gonna try to block it from morphing into a spore, but Elazer is quick. Man, those links look quick as well. Why does it feel that everything is so freaking quick? I hope that Indie is hosting on the right game speed, but like obviously plenty of stuff looks normal, but some things look a little bit quicker. Okay, at least the queens look slow. All is good in the world. Oh, careful with your Reaper. I'm getting old. No, I've been playing all day. I was fine. This is the first time I see TVZ on this patch. I know it's a fast game, guys. Hey, I'm fine. You guys are not allowed to bully me. Until I am no longer better than 99% of my Twitch chat, you guys are not allowed to make fun of me. You guys want to show this old man how it's done? Be my guest. That doesn't go for you, Scarlet. Or Goblin. But everybody else, be my guest. Mixu. I'm not afraid of that nerd. Bring it on. So we've got factory number 2 and 3 going up in the main base. And the first one is going to do a swapperoo. So we are going to play it out a bit different. SpeCial says, you know what the problem was with the last game, guys? Not enough Cyclones. We need way more Cyclones. Cuckoo. Cuckoo's not even on my level, mate. My MMR is so much better than Cuckoo's, we don't even find each other anymore unless it's 7 AM in the morning. And no one else is playing. By the way, this map... This is a map that I saw earlier as well. Whoa, that's a double kill, by the way, on the drone, right? Basically, one drone died, and then the other drone died trying to become a spore crawler. This map is wild. It has a gold mineral base with a rich Vespian geyser. I don't think we've ever saw the two superpowers at the same base. I have no idea how that's going to play out. I'm very surprised that Elazer didn't just take this as his third. Sure, it's wide open, but it's a gold freaking base and a rich Vespian geyser. The upgrade is the Cyclone speed upgrade. Don't ask me what speed. I guess everything. Yes, they are playing on the new patch and on the new map board. So last game, I think Elazer was playing kind of greedy. This time around he's got a few more links, but the Hellion count is a bit higher too. Can SpeCial just tie things up very quickly here, guys, with a lot of aggression. Because this is like a semi 2-base all-in almost, right? And I feel like Elazer is not ready. We're building 5 freaking Cyclones at a time as long as the Hellions survive. Aren't we cooking? Oh my god, what if Juanito wins game 2 without losing a unit? That'd be sick, right? Can we then all go to Reddit and complain about the patch? Oh my god, guys, I just saw SpeCial beat Elazer without losing a unit. Meanwhile, Elazer wins the best of 5, 3-1, and we all ignore that. Okay, the Zerglings, thinking about it. One of the Hellions dying is big, by the way, guys. Because the entire defense comes down to links. Okay, Elazer, I think he's going to try to set up the wraparound. Elazer is going to try to take the super mega overpowered base. Gold base and rich Vespian geyser in one. What could possibly go wrong? The barracks has died. Feels that SpeCial knows about the Zergling counterattack. We've got Blue Flame on the way too. A third command center though, guys. It seems pretty freaking late, no? Don't we need a little bit more? I mean, this counterattack was actually excellent on the side of Elazer. Because this really bought Elazer a lot of time to now get a couple of roaches going. Build a few more queens. Regenerate some energy on all those queens. So even if the Ling attack didn't do anything, I do think it was excellent. Now the Lings are going to come in from the top right side. Can Elazer get the perfect wraparound? Not quite perfect, but is it good enough? I don't know. Yes. I'm kind of tempted to say yes because he's got a 16 work. Well, he had a big worker lead. Couple of Cyclones and Hellions to survive. Roaches now coming in from an awkward angle. The Roaches don't have speed yet, but somehow kill a Cyclone. I don't know. But Elazer's economy is not quite as big as I thought it was, but he does have the mega overpowered base. Maybe we can sneak a couple drones, but right now he can't really defend it. Also floating a lot of money. I guess the queens have just been so busy battling that we are missing a lot of injects. Elazer is indeed on a low drone count, but he's got 4 hatcheries. And if you can just... Oh, we're going for Burrow. I love Burrow. You guys know I love Burrow. 5 bases. We're building a hatchery for every 5 drones we have. Big counterattack, by the way. Maybe has some potential. I don't see any Blue Flame Hellions nearby. SpeCial is going to dive on this hatch. Doesn't know about the fact that Elazer has this center base, by the way. That's crazy. Here are those Zerglings. Can we please lift our orbital? Don't build an SCV. I mean, I feel like we are one cleanup away from Elazer being in an absolutely amazing spot, but getting the cleanup is hard. We're gonna get some tunneling claws as well. I really like that idea, guys. Of using some burrow, roaches, tunneling claws, and then unburrowing on top of all the Cyclones and wiping the floor with that army. The entire Big Brain Bouts, Captain Buggisnot has been excellent. I kid you guys not. This really has been one of my all-time favorites. I don't want to say it was the best yet, because we could still have a 3-0 in the main event. And I'm starting to feel that Elazer has this game, though. Elazer is freaking rich right now, guys. And he's got a lot of roaches. He's got a 40 supply lead, even if it's 57 drones. It's not really 57 drones. It's basically like 87 drones. He's got a gold base and a rich Vespian geyser. So sick. Where's Elky when you need him the most? So sick, so sick, so sick. Couple links getting on top of a tank. The tank does get saved. I feel that the tunneling claws roaches, guys, are going to decide this game. Elazer is going to burrow like 20 roaches, and he's going to unburrow them on top of Cyclones. All of these Cyclones are made out of paper. And they're going to burn. Evaporate. Burrow, burrow. Come on, Elazer. Burrow, burrow. Give me those tunneling claws, baby. Why is he not doing it? So sad. SpeCial knows, though. Because he sees it, but throws down a scan immediately. Oh, Miko's gonna try to get us around, but doesn't quite have all the units. You can also use Burrow to break the lock-on, I guess, right? But what if the Terran player scans? Do you then still break the lock-on? Well, answer that soon. Here come roaches from the top left. I don't know. That's a bit of a meat grinder. Sweet baby. Jesus. 4 tanks. Pretty good against roaches. Alright, guys. The roaches are dying. This is the new Cyclone, yeah. Must be the broken Cyclone. Oh, yeah. The broken Cyclone. Is that a thing, mate? Yeah? Have you really noticed that much of a difference at your 2700 MMR? Guys. The man used to be 2700, he's now 2820, okay? All because of the broken Cyclone. It's been undoable. I like how the man who was down 01 is building Cyclones. It's okay, mate. We're bantering. If you want to banter, I banter too. We need Roddy and Reddit to roast all them winners and losers. Every now and then I interact a little bit on Reddit, but I just feel like conversations get sad real quick. And then I'm like, man. And then I just feel more sad afterwards. I'm like, why am I doing this with my time? Here I am, sweating behind my computer, arguing with a dude who hasn't played StarCraft since Heart of the Swarm. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So I try every now and then, but it's just kind of pointless. We have a bunch of roaches that are burrowed, and they're gonna try to sneak into the natural and main base at the same time. This is where we need the Jaws music. Oh, Elazer needs to be so careful though with all those tanks. We still have Lair Tech. By the way, the tanks on the high ground are getting some epic shots off. A lot of SCVs are dying. I'm gonna burrow a couple of roaches. Unburrow them. Oh, Elazer, is that good? I don't know. I think we're just gonna lose all the roaches. Still a good move. Did kill 28 SCVs though. He's not done yet. Wait, what is that scan? What are we looking for, guys? SpeCial's like, man, I can swear those roaches can fly right now. I swear I saw them fly. Damn Zerg cabal, they've done it again. Roaches have a new upgrade called Red Bull gives you wings. A mini map scan could be it. Elazer has 87 drones, 1500 minerals, 1500 gas, does have a hive on the way, great Spire on the way. SpeCial's trying to crank out as many Cyclones and Hellions as he can. He's got +2, he's got Blue Flame. The tanks have been able to get a couple of absolutely fantastic trades, but this base though, guys, like this base is insane. I know that I sound like a broken record, but I've just never seen that. Please correct me, nerds, if I am wrong, but I don't think we've ever had a base that was a gold base and then a rich Vespian geyser at the same time, right? This has to be the first time in competitive StarCraft 2 history that's a thing. That honestly seems kind of insane. There's 2 of them even. More roaches with tunneling claws sneaking into the natural and sneaking into the main. You say SpeCial did not build turrets? That's right, guys. If only he would have just built a tank turret. But he didn't build a turret in the natural. He's not gonna build a turret in the main. Had enough of all this nonsense. Whoa! Tanks getting surrounded by Zerglings. Not exactly sure why. Those tanks were stranded all by themselves at the bottom side of the map. What is this? This is an orbital, so we're gonna have to lift that. Great Spire is morphing. We had a 22-minute or perhaps even a bit longer banger of a game one. Is that orbital? No, orbital's flying. And excellent game. Won, but it got ended by the Broodlords. Obviously, SpeCial did not forget about that. We'll probably know that he's sort of on the clock. All of these trades, they seem alright though on the side of Elazer. Like, even if he's losing a lot of units, he's so freaking rich. And he's been mining so much more. Like, look at this difference. This is mental, guys. He's mining 3.1k more than his opponent. That is already an entire economy by itself. Elazer is out-mining Juanito 2-1. It kind of looks like Purity in Industry. Wasn't Purity in Industry with all the slow zones? Or am I crazy? Burrowed Banelings, but Juanito saw it. What a shame. And as long as Elazer does not run out of larva, I feel like he should be okay. These are actually the most action-packed mech games I've ever seen in my life, though. It feels that StarCraft, at least mech, got a whole lot faster. Hello, Rainer. What are you talking about? The worst map? Purity and Industry? Or this one? No negativity in this channel or I'll time you out. RB_Rainer. Alright, talking about Purity, that's okay. Whining about old maps is fine. I will not shy away from timing Rainer out in my chat, guys. This one looks okay. And this one is a bit like Year Zero. That's what everyone said. And I can kind of get behind it. Kuko just wants to be the odd one out and say it looks like Purity and Industry. Ooh, nice fungo. The Broodlords are here once more, guys, and we have no anti-air. Very similar to the previous game. Elazer has made it up to Broodlords, the Great Aspire. Bonito's gonna try to get a Thor out and a couple of extra Cyclones, but the roaches of Elazer are everywhere. Elazer has done a great job, I think, in not just getting on top of SCVs, but he keeps on finding all these tanks by themselves too. And that should be it, right, for game 2 as well. Honestly, very action-packed games, but the biggest difference is that Elazer keeps on finding economic damage and Juanito does not. The GG Lords. Can they survive against the Cyclone? That's a lot of Cyclones locking on one unit. One Broodlord dies. The second one does fall too. But here comes the Swarm. And oh, it's Terror, oh, it's Lori, yada yada. Sarah. Kerrigan. There she is. GG. Juanito forced to tap out. Liquid Elazer takes the 2-0 lead in the main event of the Big Brain Bouts number 41. Slightly different opening. Obviously, last game it came down a lot to the Banshees. The Banshees had their moments, but in the end it never really snowballed. This game, SpeCial tried to create some crazy momentum for himself in the early game by tripling down on factories, but just couldn't break Elazer. And I really liked all the links going to the other side of the map, even if they didn't kill SCVs, even if the doors weren't open. I thought it was a great move by Elazer because it brought the army of SpeCial back, and that gave his queens time to regenerate some energy, transfuse each other, and get a few more units out. And then we breached that gap between links only and actually having roaches out too. Also, it felt that SpeCial got a bit unlucky that he didn't see the overpowered base in the beginning. Because when he found that bottom hatchery, he really went for it. He's like, oh, I gotta deny this. But I think if he would have known about that center base with the rich Vespian geyser and the gold minerals, maybe he could have done something about that. Yeah, I saw it, Rainer. That's kind of surprising, right? Because at least I didn't know, and I guess you didn't know either. Kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. Poor Diego. Even came out to hang out with us earlier this week, didn't say anything. Maybe Basilisk needs a Diego. We can finally get the Terran player that the nerds have been dreaming about. Team Roddy Diego. No. When will we see a Reina Saro show match in the Big Brain Bouts? We have done it. We did it for... Well, which number was that, guys? 20 something? It was already the main event once. Reiner versus Saro. I think we did that as an announcement right after Saro joined the BBB. They played TVT in game 1 on Royal Blood, and it was actually a really good game. Saro's Terran beat Reiner's Terran, by the way, guys. And because of that game, people think that Saro's Terran is 6.7k. And after that, they played ZVZs. Let's go ahead and hop into game 3. We haven't had a single 3-0 yet today. Let's hope we can keep it that way. It's been an absolutely fantastic Big Brain Bout. I hope you guys had a lot of fun hanging out with me on this Friday night. And obviously, guys, make sure to give some love to Basilisk. !Basilisk in the chat. We'll link to the Twitter or the YouTube channel. And you can always give some love there. They also have a Discord. I think !Basilisk should link to Discord as well. Or maybe just do !Discord. That should work too. I don't know. But at least we have a Discord for Basilisk, and obviously I have a Discord too. Draw part. How do we find the Basilisk Discord link again? I feel like there was a comment for it, but I forgot what it was. Anyway, TLDR, this entire night of video games was brought to you by my lovely orc Basilisk.
Round 3. Fight.
Bottom left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who's going to have to prevent the main event from being a 3-0. We had a 3-1, a 3-2, a 3-1, and hopefully we can get the reverse sweep, a 3-2. This is our Mexican Terran player. Probably some of the very first TVCs he has played on the new patch. It is Juanito, aka a SpeCial. Top right side, we are looking at the main base of the man that is representing Team Liquid, our Polish Zerg, taking a 2-0 lead. He's been kind of farming these main events in the Big Brain Bouts, eh? Not too long ago, he defeated Australia in the main event. Now he's up 2-0 over SpeCial. This is Team Liquid's Elazer. If Elazer wins, are we all ready to storm SC2 Reddit about how Zerg are OP again? But I mean, which unit are we even going to complain about? The Hydra? Yes, Mac, it's absolutely okay, but you need VIP, so I can give you VIP. But I have to all tap. There is a comment that is going to link the Basilisk Discord in my chat, but I forgot which one it is. Maybe exclamation mark BBB. Try exclamation mark BBB. I think there is a link to the Basilisk Discord there. No, damn it. There is one somewhere, guys. I just forgot. I forgot my own commands. That's what happens when you're old, guys. Forget about it. I will post the link after this game. Double Reaper and a Hellion, guys. We have a Hellion driving into the natural of Elazer, but I gotta say, Miko has been very sharp today. I haven't really seen him do too many derpy things, not too many beauty errors. A lot of very sexy engagements. Floating a couple resources here and there, but I think overall excellent play by Elazer. I think Juanito is kind of trying and learning and trying to figure out what works for him, what he likes. Tried the Banshees, tried all the Cyclones, and both roads ended when the Broodlord showed up. Thank you, Bully. I appreciate it, mate. Alright, guys. Bully is posting the link of the Basilisk Discord in the chat. And if you are a StarCraft 2 player, around 5,300 MMR or better, you should absolutely join these Discords. And let us know that you want to play in the Big Brain Bouts. We can only let 2 5.3k players play every single week. The second match will always be a little bit higher level. But let us know. And you too can be a star on the Friday night on Roddy stream. We can have some fun. Are there gold bases on this map? Let me check very quickly. Wait, what? What the hell is this? What the hell is even that? Mixed? Okay. Mixed minerals, guys. Some gold, some blue. I'm not gonna react to that, but... Okay. Do we have some mixed Vespian guises too on this map? Alright, guys, we have a couple of Reaper Cyclones and Hellions battling these screens. Elazer has a bunch of lings on the left side of the map. But this time around, guys, Juanito has found an opening. What are these lings up to on the other side? They're not really doing anything. Oh, it is a massacre over here, guys. On Hectate, it is an absolute massacre. What is happening, Elazer? Cyclone's broken, Reddit was right. Finally, guys, the lings have made 3 circles around the entire map. And they are here to save the day. How bad is it? Well, it's kind of bad. And the follow-up is Bio? No, we have auto turret arrest as well. Juanito, guys. It's auto turret galore. It's Raven galore. That that escalated very quick. I was just taking a look at this map. I have played a couple games on this map. I'd never noticed the mixed minerals. 4 gold, 4 blue. Kinda cool. And then all of a sudden, Juanito just sent it. Couple Hellions, Reapers, and Cyclones. Triple Raven into bio. Giga chat is what Rainer says in the chat. I mean, if SpeCial just spends his money, I wouldn't hate a few more barracks here. Maybe an armory early on, so you will never forget Tutu. Can we just A-move Elazer with a bunch of Marines? No, Elazer is gonna make roaches, guys, against 1-1 bio. Because obviously Miko would never ever donate an Overlord into the main base of the Terran. Does know about this tech lab, but... Okay, now Miko sees Marines and he's like, oh damn it! I don't need a Roach Warren at all. I'm gonna go double Evo. Never mind, I'm gonna go single Evo into a Baneling Nest. Did he already have an Evo or not? I like the snap cancel on the Roach Warren. Double Cyclone into triple Raven into bio. I can hear Juanito's voice in the back of my head. They never expected. Hee hee hee. I mean, I feel like Juanito can just A-move, no? As soon as he's got 1-1 combat shield, if you attack with... I wouldn't actually waste all my energy on the other turrets here. Like, I think this doesn't do that much for you. Well, I think if you drop these other turrets with your push, you're absolutely cooking. What it does do is it pulls a couple of units out of position. The Elazer is a little bit slow to transfuse there. And SpeCial really wants that one queen in the center with all that energy. And SpeCial does get the queen with all the energy. Thank you so much, Dave, for the 500 biddies. Did September have any discount on bits, by the way? No, right? They only did regular subs, subs in advance, and gifted subs. Kind of a missed opportunity now, because I feel like the bits has never truly taken off. Like, obviously, maybe on some channels it's big, but I feel overall it's a little bit underwhelming. They should do some serious discounts on that. See if people can get excited. Decent cleanup on the Hellions here, guys, but Juanito's army is still big and powerful. Got 1-1, has an armory too, so he could fire up the 2-2 upgrades. And he's just going to battle. We have 1-1 bio against 0-0 Zerglings. Carapace is on the way, but it's going to take a little while. We still have some Ravens chilling in the back of the main base. And it seems that Roddy is going to get a perfect evening of Big Brain Bouts. That's my only job, guys. Well, 2 jobs. 1, make it fun. Job number 2, not too many 3-0s. Ideally 0 3-0s. And I think today is the day that we will finally have no 3-0s once more, as Juanito is destroying every single Zergling that Elazer has to offer. The final few queens don't stand a chance. A perfect night at the office for Roddy. Woohoo! A 3-1, a 3-2, a 3-1, and at the very bare minimum, another 3-1. A lot of video games today, guys. 10 hours and 26 minutes we have been live. SpeCial woke up. That was a sick build. Double Cyclone. What was it? 5 Reapers, 2 Hellions? Or was it 2 Reapers, 5? Couple Hellions, couple Reapers, Cyclones into triple Raven into bio. It was big. Yep, new patch. New patch and new maps. Game 4 will be played on Site Delta. Rainer, Scarlet, what is the take, by the way, on which map favors which race? I have no idea about how TVZ is supposed to be played out. Site Delta. Who's that good for? Does that favor any race? Whose map choice should that be? All 9 maps are good for Zerg? I somehow highly doubt that. I agree with Ian Blue. It favors Night Elf. I could actually see Site Delta be a beautiful Warcraft 3 map. That would absolutely favor Night Elf. A lot of creep camps. Demon Hunter level 5 immediately. Yeah, that would be a nightmare. Or AOWs creeping everywhere. Yes. The Colossus got fixed a long time ago. Why do you think you haven't seen Goblin beat Beyond anymore? There's a reason for that, mate. That was a 24-hour special. And Goblin hit the best timing of his life. Thank you, the Panther. Have you seen the new 2v2 maps? No, because I don't play 2v2. But I believe it's a mixture between new maps and old maps. Like, I don't play 2v2, but if I was a 2v2 player, I would still be happy with having old maps recycled rather than have the same map pool for 7 years straight. So, that would be my opinion. But I don't play 2v2 and I don't care about 2v2. But for the people that do care, I hope that they're happy. I would be at least somewhat happy.
Round 4. Fight!
In the top left side of Site Delta, we are looking at the main base of the man who is still on match point to bring home the Big Brain Bouts main event number 41. It is the Polish Zerg representing Team Liquid, Elazer. Is streaming these games as well, I believe, guys. I think the channel is just Elazer, or it could be Elazer SC2. But it's either twitch.tv/Elazer or Elazer SC2, but I think it's just Elazer. I think that's what it is. So you guys can go ahead and stop by, give him some love. We had a couple of the nerds streaming their games today, and obviously we applaud that, we appreciate it, we like it. Bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of the man who just played one hell of a game with a couple Cyclones into triple Raven, into bio, baby. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe not when you say it out loud, but it looked fantastic. This is Juanito, SpeCial. I thought they were all old maps rotated back in. Could be, Thorn. I thought it was a mixture between old and new maps, but if it's all old maps, it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how the map making scene is for 2v2. I don't know if there are new maps that would be good for the ladder. If so, I do wonder why they didn't put those in. If that is not the case, then it makes some sense that they go with old maps that they trust and know that it works. I still think going back to some older maps is better than keeping the same map pool forever. Obviously, they should just get a couple new maps, don't get me wrong. There are new maps and some map makers are pretty upset that ESL TL didn't reach out to them about the rotation. But I really think, what does ESL have to do with 2v2 StarCraft? Like, ESL has never ran a 2v2 StarCraft competition. I don't think that's totally fair to put on ESL. That really is a Blizzard thing. Unless Blizzard will come out with a statement and say like, hey guys, you know this StarCraft thing? We are in charge of absolutely nothing. ESL runs everything. But as far as I know, ESL just runs a professional circuit for 1v1. And now indeed has some more saying in what is going to happen in 1v1. But I don't know if it's totally fair to really put no new 2v2 maps on ESL. But I don't know what the deals are in that regard. I feel like we should just ask Blizzard to hire at least one individual that wants to work on our beautiful game. That would be fantastic. I don't think it's that simple though, Bully. I think that when it comes to 1v1, a lot of things definitely do go through ESL, but like, I don't think there has ever been a meeting, at least not, let's say, if you take away the last few months, I don't think there was ever a meeting between Blizzard and ESL where Blizzard said, so do you guys want to take care of the 2v2 map pool? Like, I don't think that conversation ever took place. So. I don't think it's very fair to put that on Alex. I think that Alex will do his best on making something like that happen. And I mean, obviously, if the community is vocal about it, especially in a reasonable manner, I hope that you guys will get your new maps the way that you should. 2v2 is not something that I have a lot of expertise in. And I have no idea what the people want or the people need. Or what is good. We've got a Liberator, guys, flying into the main base. Proxy Starport over here. This seems like a pretty cool build. I like the idea of this build. Applying a lot of pressure with a couple of Hellions, Reapers, and Cyclones in the front. And then trying to find some damage with a Liberator in the main base or the natural. You know, in theory, guys, on paper, I'm kind of digging this opening by Juanito. I know Phoenix is good in 2v2. I did play a 2v2 tournament once with Gabe. And that is where Gabe gave me a compliment. Gabe said, oh yeah, in spamming Phoenix you are not bad. And that is the greatest thing I've ever heard Gabe say about me. So I cherish that history, that moment forever. I've printed it out and put it on my wall. Big Gabe Complimenting Roddy. Liberator guys, finding a couple of additional drones. Honestly, I think Elazer is in a bit of trouble here, no? We have 7 queens. We have 20 links. We had 7 queens. We still have 7 queens. Excellent save. It is so important for Elazer not to lose any queens here. Like losing a few drones against these liberators, it really sucks. It's annoying, but it's a lot more important to not lose queens. But he does lose another queen. We're now down to 7. What are these links up to? They're gonna try to go for that same counterattack as they went for on the second map. Is there a gap here, guys? Is this a wall off? I have no idea what I'm looking at. It's a bit of a Roddy wall off if Roddy was a Terran player. Well, now I guess we have a wall off. We also have a supply block. More drones are dying. A lot of drones are dying, guys. Double Liberator, Juanito.
Justice reigns from above.
A lib in the main, a lib in the natural, and the queens are forced to battle in the front. We do have those links that we're looking for the counter. Finally getting a bit of a surround on some of these Zerg units. But the amount of economic damage has been quite severe. And so much multitasking. Holy smokes. I have no idea what I'm even supposed to look at when I'm observing. Imagine if I was playing this game. 45 workers against 45 workers. Liberator does get picked up in the end. Elazer is very upset at his overlord. Don't do it, Miko! Woo-hoo-hoo. Transfuse it, come on. Your overlord deserves... Yes! Yes! That makes me so happy. That overlord deserves love too. Thank you, Miko. That overlord did nothing wrong. I love it. That is the greatest StarCraft 2 moment of the day. That's so sweet, guys. Forever we know that Miko is a lover and not a fighter. You know, every now and then he messes up, but he admits it and he makes up for it. Alright, back to our main event of the Big Brain Bouts number 41. It's a $200 single best of 5, guys. $150 for the winner, $50 for the loser. Elazer has a pretty good track record in these. But SpeCial is not making it easy on him here tonight. Double Liberator harass once more. Seems like a nightmare to play against. I feel like whenever Juanito does the proxy starport, he finds a lot of success with it. I think back of that series he had against Raynor in the Game as 8 qualifier. He's very good with it too. Good defense there by Elazer. But these 4 queens, guys, and these are the very juicy queens that have a lot of energy. Another misclick by Elazer as he kills his own creep tumor. But it's not so much about the creep tumor, it's more about the queen stopping to attack a creep tumor, which allowed the units of SpeCial to get a few more lock-ons and get a few more shots off. Elazer has done a decent amount of misclicks tonight. I know earlier I called him very clean, so I'm kind of like countering myself right now. Contradicting myself. And I felt like the unit movement was clean and, you know, maybe the transitions were clean, but we have seen a couple of misclicks when it comes to targeting our own units. How do we like the actual patch that went through? Doesn't seem like much change from the initial changes. I don't understand what you're asking me. If you're asking me how have I been liking the new patch so far, this is my very first day on it. But I have enjoyed my ladder games and I have truly enjoyed watching these games tonight in the Big Brain Bout. Will I have a different opinion in 100 games? Maybe. But so far I am absolutely loving it. I feel like I've just watched excellent StarCraft and I really don't see much of an issue. Orbital is taking a lot of damage, but these Ravagers could be in a bit of a pickle. Elazer has a lot of money in the bank, by the way. That Orbital takes a serious beating. How good are Ravagers against Cyclones? Elazer, if we would just spend our money, we'd be doing so much better. Oh, baby, Corrosive Bow has some serious potential, by the way. And there's a lot of SCVs dying to something. I guess Link's just still roaming around. All of these Ravagers are going to get picked off. Does Elazer have the money to maybe drop an infestation pit? Can we get a couple of infestors? Kind of feels like a fungo or two would be excellent. Can we win this fight? Hello, Miko. Oh, now we're gonna lose both queens, aren't we? Save the queen! No, no, don't lose another queen. No! Okay. Well, good save there. That was getting very painful. Meanwhile, Juanito is in the center of the map, so we can't really blame Elazer. We are looking at 2 queens. Elazer is looking at an entire army. All of these roaches morph into Ravagers. Corrosive ball. Some of them connect. It really feels... What? Why? Why? I mean, I get it. It's not lovely, but why? We're up 20 supply. We have 1,200 minerals, 600 gas in the bank. I'm not saying that he's winning, guys. Like, maybe he loses a few more units to Ravagers, lock-ons and whatnot, but... honestly, to me, that almost feels like a tiny bit of a misread. Where's the Liberator? It's here. I mean, we're down 4. I'm not saying that Elazer is winning the game. So, whenever something like this happens, there is always, like, 2 sides to it where someone is like, he's really dead. And all I'm saying is, like, I mean, if we're up 20 supply, we have 1,200 minerals, 600 gas in the bank. I'd kind of like to see us try. Well, that does mean that we get a game 5. I didn't really expect that game 5, but we are getting a game 5. Maybe there was a serious lava issue, but then I still think that can't we at least watch and see if our units die, right? Can't we try to rebuild some queens? Yeah. I mean, obviously, tough, rigged. This is just Roddy, guys, rigging the big brain bouts to make sure you guys get a game 5. No, that's not what it is. I honestly think maybe in Elazer's mind, Juanito is cooking on 4 bases, 160 plus supply, transitioning into stronger stuff. Yeah, maybe the Liberator on the ramp put some trauma into it then. The main event goes to distance. The final game will be played on Solaris. That is the map with all the speed zones, right, guys? I'm looking at it. I think this is the map where Roddy lost to Pi. Pi is 3,500 MMR with Zerg. Now, I did go easy on him. But still, I lost to Roaches of Pi. Kinda hurts. The new patch can certainly create some weirdly timed GGs. 3,800? Oh, baby. Sorry, Pi. Sorry, guys. Pi spammed a lot of Roaches. And this map has a lot of speed zones, so those roaches showed up really quick. Alright, what a perfect evening. At least we get a game 5. I don't love that GG moment, but there is no reason to get too hung up over that. Let's just go ahead and enjoy the final game.
Final round. Fight!
In the bottom left side of Solaris, we are looking at the main base of the Polish Zerg. Was up 2-0 instead. Now we find ourselves in Game 5, the decider. Representing Team Liquid, it is Miko, Elazer. How can you stream 8 hours a day and laugh so much? I don't laugh this much, mate. And whenever I end the stream, I cry myself to sleep, so don't worry. As Eminem said, I just hide behind the tears of a clown. No, I'm a happy man, don't you worry. Top right side, we are looking at the main base of our Mexican Terran. Managed to tie things up after being down 0-2. It is Juanito. Oh, I feel like just the big brain bouts is always fun. Obviously, the nice thing about casting this is that every single best of 5 will have a winner and a loser immediately. So there's the guaranteed prize money. It's not that we watch somebody play 24 series and eventually they win something. I don't know. This just always feels like, all right, hype, reset, hype, reset. So it's very easy to keep the energy up and just enjoy the games. And I'm happy I can do this. But not every day. I'm laughing a lot, man. Plenty of days where I just sit here as an old man and click some buttons in peace. And barely read the chat. For the first time in this entire best of 5, we are opening up with a double barracks on the low ground. But we're not building Reapers, we're building Marines. Why are we opening up double barracks Marine on the low ground, guys? Professional Terran or Zerg players in the chat, help me out. Are we faking 2 Rex Reaper and we just want to kill an Overlord? Is that what it is? We really hate Overlords. Alright. Could we build a bunker here? Are we gonna build a bunker? Elazer has no vision. Hello, Mark. Hello, Cuckoo. Guys, this can actually turn into a pretty brilliant opening. I mean, I was a little bit confused, but it's really starting to go somewhere. 2 queens, 0 zerglings, bunker going up in range of the hatchery. Good. Creep tumor? No, don't do it, Miko. Oh man, I would feel bad if Elazer gets reverse swept. But it's starting to look pretty dire for him. Elazer is about to get the heads up that there are not just a couple of marines on the other side of the map, but there's a bunker too. And what do you do? I think you just cancel, no? Sometimes you have to accept that a hatchery is just that. No matter how painful it is, I think you have to cancel this. This seems terrible. We're gonna buy some time. We do have to cancel it at the last moment. A great opening here, guys, for SpeCial. Follow-up is a factory and a starport. We haven't had too many reverse sweeps on the Friday night. We definitely had a couple, obviously, since we've been doing this for 41 weeks. That is 41 times $500, guys, that we gave away on the Friday night. That's a lot. Don't know how much, but it's a lot. Should be that high. 20,500. Yeah. And obviously we had a special anniversary Big Brain Bouts as well. The one I did together with Wardy, where we had, I think, the biggest online tournament in years. So that was also a lot of fun. Yeah, we definitely had a few reverse sweeps, but not all that many. Now, I don't want to say that this game is over just yet, but obviously that is just not the start that Sweet Zerg dreams are made of. But in a weird way, like having to cancel your hatch sucks. But it sucks a lot more if you like lose 10 Zerglings and a queen and then you have to cancel your hatch, right? Like that would be an absolute doom scenario. This is just kind of like, okay, slow down, annoying, frustrating. But I think Elazer did a good job there in minimalizing the damage. Are we doing something special for the 50th BBB? Still a long way to go, and we obviously have ESL Winter Championships coming up. Soon there is going to be a bit of travel, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's just appreciate every single week we have. And if you guys keep on showing love to Basilisk, maybe we can keep on doing this. Wow, that's so fast, by the way. Boost and a speed zone. Widow mines are going to be permanently cloaked. 1 mine. Well, that's not a whole lot, to be honest. The other mine goes on the high ground. That will burrow. That one is going to burrow. Oh, no, Elazer. Careful. Okay. Nice target fire there. The Widow mine, guys. The Widow mine is still a problem. New patch. Old patch. When are we going to fix that damn unit? I'm kidding. But I believe that's the overall sentiment right now for a lot of people. We do need some detection though, Miko. I don't know if he... Oh my goodness. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Aye. What happened? Did he not see that they had an armory backing them up? Uh-oh. This is actually gonna be a game that will be ended by the Widowmine, guys. Juanito is busting out all the stops here in game 5. He's doing a lot of economic damage. Elazer barely has any detection. Now we've got a whole bunch of Marines with Stim making their way to the other side of the map. There is a third base. Elazer was looking so mighty fine in game 1 and game 2 and even in game 3 for a bit. I thought it was all going to be okay, but now it's really not looking all that okay. Here is Juanito with a bunch of Marines. We're going to drop a Hydra then, but... what is that going to do for us? I still hear Widow Mines firing. And it's not even so much about the Widow Mines. I'm a lot more worried about the guy with the gun. And look at Elazer's money, guys. We're floating 1,300 minerals. Seems like a little bit of tilt has indeed kicked in. We were surprised about him. At least some of us were surprised about the moment he decided to tap out in game 4. And well, here in game 5 we're definitely not off to a good start. It's almost that, I mean, maybe Elazer has been up for a long time, maybe he had a long day, but it's almost like he completely did not realize that these Widow Mines were the permanently cloaked boys. And for the people who don't watch StarCraft all the time, Widow Mines shoot once and reveal themselves unless you have an armory. If you have an armory, then the Widow Mines will stay cloaked, and you need detection, a Spore Crawler, or an Overseer. And you can see this by the little red light that comes out of their head. But it almost feels that Elazer did not realize at all that these were permanently cloaked boys. He just kind of ignored it and let it happen. Well, just learned that. That's what I'm here for, mate. Juanito is also here once more with a couple of Marines. This is going to take out a couple of Zerglings. First Widow Mine does a bit of friendly fire. There is another mine though. Nice split off. Okay. There is life in the old dog yet. Elazer will not go down without a fight. That was a whole lot better, guys, than everything that happened in those 2 minutes prior to that. I still think Elazer is pretty... I don't want to say mega dead, but he's in serious trouble. And a lot of the pro Zergs will tell you that he's mega dead. And they might be onto something, but I just hope for a miracle. I hope that Mika can keep it together and give us a slightly longer game here. And he definitely is in trouble, especially if you take fights like this off creep. The supplies are dead even, but SpeCial's army is just strong. Has a lot of micro potential. Elazer does not have Banelings yet. We do have Hydras though. Hydras in a speed zone. I don't know if that really does anything for us. The guy with the gun with 1-1 upgrades against Hydras with only +1 carapace. Now we do have the Queen showing up, and that is a lot of medevacs dying. Maybe that wasn't all that bad. I mean, it wasn't great. Units lost resource tab shows us that Elazer has lost 2.4k more. So much energy, by the way, on these queens, guys. Sweet baby Jesus. In a 9-minute game, like you can say whatever the hell you want about balance, maps, patch, blah blah. But I refuse to believe that you're supposed to have 7 queens with this amount of energy in a 10-minute game. Like, that's just a little bit too much. These queens could have been more useful somewhere. Juanito is just outmaneuvering Elazer. And it seems like a little bit of tilt has taken over. Little drop in the main base. Couple of Hydras are the last line of defense. But there are some links to actually show up. Elazer is still battling. Let's get some value out of our queens, mate. When we have this amount of energy, let's transfuse the hell out of some hatcheries. Let's spread some more creep tumors. Let's battle with those queens. Hey, if we have 9 queens, and these queens are the front line, let's battle. Does Roddy have an S2 voice pack? No. I never decided to get one. They did ask me a couple times, but I said no. I didn't want one. I just wanted to be the people's champ. Not immortalized on Battle.net. Just the legend on Twitch. Oh really? Was there a creep tumor that speed up? If you put it in the speed zone? I didn't know that. They don't build faster though, right? This map is trippy, man. Hey, I'm looking forward to Sarah playing on this map against Disruptors again.
Oh my, how fast are those balls? What?
Yeah! It's back, baby! Disruptors against Sarah, they're coming! That's great. Can't wait. Hailing speed is 60% done. 180 supply against 181 supply. This is a terrifying army. Can slow Bailing. Wait, a lot of Widow Mines were actually clumped up there, guys. That didn't go as bad for Elazer as it should have gone. That didn't go all that bad, but we just desperately need Bailing speed. We got a double drop on the top side, but the queens are going to try to save the day there. Honestly, Juanito made a little mistake there with all the Widow Mines being clumped up. So a couple of slow Bailings actually blew up the vast majority of the Widow Mines. It was not supposed to be that easy. Elazer is trying to just survive, get some infestors out, get +2 carapace out. What a series, guys. What a series. Elazer felt that he was in so much trouble, and I still think he's in a bit of trouble, but I also feel like right now we're one great fight away from maybe being completely back into it. Unfortunately, he sees this quad drop into the main base a little bit late. Meanwhile, Juanito's also battling in the center of the map. We have 2 big fights happening at the same time. Queens at least did a decent job there, and oh, I can't believe that Infestor got a fungo off from its grave. That Infestor said that the last thing I'll do on Solaris is throw a fungo, but that Infestor didn't realize that it died half a year ago. Somehow it's still fungal. A couple of Banelings will keep the main base safe. Elazer is forced to give up this base in the center of the map though, but he basically cleaned up 2 armies. Reina said GG, never mind, not GG. I don't know what that means. I mean, I think that SpeCial has been winning for the vast majority of this game, but Elazer is really putting up a heroic effort in trying to still make something of this game, and he has taken a little supply lead. I wouldn't hate +1 missile attacks if we could afford that. I know he's not very rich, but... Marines have +2 attack, +2 armor. The Hydras only have +2 carapace. We still have 2 infestors. I don't know where they are. We have burrow as well, guys. Maybe some magical Elazer burrowed banelings. The problem is that we don't have any banelings. We're now going to morph a bunch of banelings into the speed zone. Can we drag some Widowmine friendly fire over the Terran army? That'd be sick. Somebody has been very sweet, by the way, and gifting a subby to every famous person in the chat tonight. Whoever is the anonymous gift sub there, thank you so much. It's very nice. I don't even know what you said, Mark. Something about the Hydra being a Marine. I don't know if that was a balanced line about Terran or Zerg, but... We're gonna try to land a fungal, guys! Fungal! First one pretty good. Second one bit of overkill, but not bad at all. Miko, baby! Those are the fights that we are looking for. 82 drones against 80 SCVs. That man is battling. Can we now burrow a couple banelings, guys? I wanna see some burrowed banelings. Huh? I'm the only dedicated sub to Roddy. You're not the only one, Zombie Girl, but you know my loyalty to you is unwavering too. Been going on. I like our partnership, Zombie Grove. That all these other nerds come and go, doesn't matter. As long as we have that unconditional love. What's in Amsterdam tonight? On the Friday, on the Thursday? No, I don't know. I'm sure there's something in Amsterdam. I'm sure some nerds are misbehaving, but definitely not me, Rainer. I know that people were crazy in the Van Gogh Museum. Van Gogh. I don't know how to say it in English. Wait, what the hell is this? What am I looking at? I keep on looking at new things, guys. What is this green weird shit? What's on my production tab? Ah, Prometheum. Yeah, Prometheum is a nice guy, but yeah, I was just so busy today. Could maybe visit him tomorrow if I don't want to cast WTL, but I don't know about that. Yeah, people are rioting at the Van Gogh Museum over Pokemon cards. I told you guys Pokemon cards was serious business. They have released a very special Pikachu Van Gogh Pokemon card, and you can only get it at the museum. And people are like tripping over each other and stuff. I gotta say, the card does look very cool. Come on, burrow! Miko, this is where you burrow! Oh, careful with the infestors! What a game, by the way, guys. What a game. Still battling. That is a good Widowmine shot, though, but at least we've got Hive. What about some adrenal glands? Is there money for adrenal glands? There were a couple of burrowed banelings there, but SpeCial scouted it immediately. SpeCial still dropping non-stop. Reaper grenade? Did I see that correctly? Where the hell did that Reaper come from? Oh my goodness, look at the minimap. There is so much blue battling, so much red. This fight is non-stop. Extra banelings do finish up. And Elazer holds once more, is forced to spend every single penny that he can get his hands on. We do not have adrenal glands. I just want you guys to know that. Obviously, he's kind of broke at this point. He needed to spend all of his resources on all the other upgrades there. Are these Widowmines? Phew. They're not. Man, what a series between these two. This is, by the way, a rich Vespian geyser. I keep on finding new rich Vespian geysers on all these maps. We have one infestor. Ooh, it's a sharking infestor, though. It is a sharking infestor. Well, there isn't really a great fungal to land here. Bailing count is 19. Does land a fungal on 5 Marauders. I don't know if walking up the ramp into Widowmines is the best idea, but so far it's working out. But that Widowmine didn't fire. Sweet baby Jesus. Who's winning, Rainer? We are getting adrenal glands. Is Miko winning now? Can we say that Miko is winning? That'd be insane, no? He was in so much trouble. Papi forgot that ghost exists. I don't think he forgot. He's probably just wondering why this game is still going on. +2 melee is about to finish up for Elazer, and +2 missile attacks as well, pretty much at the same time. SpeCial is not gonna go down the route of Ghost. What he will go down is the round of a lot of Liberators with Advanced Ballistics. Advanced Ballistics is going to give them extra range. And basically makes Liberators amazing. Oh, he got adrenal glands. It's a historic tradition that every single Friday night in the Big Brain Bouts there is a Zerg that forgets adrenal glands, but didn't really happen tonight. Don't know about this army. This feels like a hard army to defeat. We have Banelings going up the ramp, running into a bit of a meat grinder. Juanito's down in supply, but it felt like that was an alrighty fight at first. What have we got over here, guys? A double drop going towards the top left. There is a bit of an army of Lings and Hydras trying to keep this hatchery safe. Both nerds have some money in the bank. It's been one hell of a series between these two. We're trying to figure out who is winning the Big Brain Bouts main event number 41. Historically, it's been ultra close between these two. Tonight is no different. That's a good day, eh, Basilisk? The Basilisk Research Group letting us know, Game 5 this epic and no 3-0s. This is a good BBB day. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. And this time around, guys, Roddy was the broken clock. Also, I think chat is 0 for 3 in channel point predictions about the winner. That also gives me the feeling that we had a good night. Because chat is right more often than not. Especially that Roddy chat. So smart. So sexy. So sophisticated. But tonight, they've been struggling. The buffed ultras are coming. I actually had to think there for 0.1 second. I'm like, oh fuck, what's the buffed ultra again? For the people who have not followed all the patch notes, the ultras are buffed. They are now 25 minerals cheaper. So, every 10 ultras you build, you get the 11th one for free. Ooh, sick Fungo! Miko with an amazing Fungo, but he does step into a lot of Liberators and Widow Mines. I don't know, the Fungo is amazing, but is this great, guys? The Fungo was great, but I don't know if the rest was all that great, but okay, he does manage to break through. We also have one of these buffed ultras, cheaper and burrows faster, in the triangle. A lot of fights happening at the same time, as SpeCial's dropping the base in the top side of the map. Oh, we have no detection here! We have no detection here, and there are Widow Mines for days. This can really start hurting. I kind of want... Alright. We have no detection either. Why are we building a messenger next to a hatchery? If we only had an overseer here, guys, on the side of Elazer, that would have been very big. How is this thing still running? I feel like it's been running forever. What about a few more Widow Mine drops? I kind of believe in SpeCial again, guys. I know that earlier we thought Miko was winning. Reina thought Miko was winning, but I'm starting to feel that SpeCial is winning. This many Liberators is not something you joke about. And even these new and improved Ultras are going to melt. Elazer needs a serious amount of anti-air, or maybe a couple of Vipers. Because they said that SpeCial forgot about the Ghosts. It also feels that Elazer forgot about Vipers. This is not the fight, man. Way too many circles. You cannot keep running up a ramp with this many Widow Mines in this many circles. Justice!
Justice reigns from above.
That is a serious amount of justice coming out of Juanito. These two nerds, man. What an absolute MVP performance by both of them. Deserved performance of the night, fight of the night, all of it. Submission of the night, knockout of the night. But who's going to get knocked out first? That is the real big question. We have a Spore Crawler shooting at the Liberator. That is the most amount of damage we've seen on the lip. Fungals landing left, right, and center. Zergling run-bys happening at the same time. Do these Liberators finally die? Widow Mine galore. Some of the most chaotic and epic fights I've seen in a little while. And does Elazer have enough in the end to somehow break through all of these circles? We have a Link counterattack happening at the same time. I cannot believe it. Maybe it is still Elazer, guys, who has done enough. What the hell was that? What a fight. What a fight. Unbelievable. Did that Spore Crawler just win the game? Definitely got a lot of shots up. Has 2 kills too. How did Elazer bring it back? How did SpeCial bring it back? How did Elazer bring it back? This base is going to be hard. Widow Mine still firing. No Overseers anymore. Careful, Miko. I feel like we've seen this before. It doesn't go very well. You kind of need some detection, my friend. I mean, did Elazer bring it back, guys? What have we got here? Double drop? Double Liberator. Justice. Get some Overseers. Okay, he's getting Overseers. He's getting Overseers. That Liberator is gonna die. I hope these Overseers show up before all these Widow Mines fire again. Banelings rolling into the high ground near a planetary. Don't fight near a planetary. That is not necessary. Liberators, by the way, guys, completely obliterating this base in the top left side. Seems like a couple of the mines did get picked off there towards the end. 16 more drones now in the production tab for Elazer, who seems to think that, oh, but shocking infestors, another fungal from the Zerg heavens, baby. Back-to-back great fungals. And that means all these marauders and the marines will fall. But do we have enough anti-air? 11 hydras, 10 hydras, 9 hydras. We're really trying to get that orbital, and he gets the orbital. Only one command center no, we have 3 orbitals, 1 command center remaining. What do we got over here? Ooh, careful. No, Miko, not the base to take. Not the base to take. 104 supply against 116. What is this? What is this video game between these two nerds? A couple of links have unburrowed in the natural. Plenty of scans available here. Is it still special, guys? With 6 liberators, is it still special? As the hatchery dies in the bottom side of the map, Link counterattack. Spore crawlers are going to try to take care of these 2 liberators. Is Juanito paying attention? Not to the first, not to the second. We can't really blame him as he's dealing with a Zerg being run by. Nice pickup there on the Marauders. 62 arms supply against 66. Oh my goodness, man. This is so ridiculous, this game. This best of 5 and this evening of games has been absolutely spectacular. Elazer is going to try to take the hatchery on the top side of the map, as SpeCial now has a triple Marauder drop. I mean, Zerglings are very good, guys, but is there enough surface area to get on top of the Marauders? Seems like the answer is yes. We have fun. We have one buffed Ultra, but it's not very healthy. We got another Link, tiny Link counterattack. The Burrow, guys. Burrow really has been an absolutely insane upgrade for Elazer throughout this entire game. What is this? Liberators, double lip, and a Marauder drop. Here comes Elazer. Elazer does not want to give up on this base. Lands a fungal, kind of a painful fight, but he does get both lips and only loses 3 drones, so maybe not all that painful. 3 more Liberators at a time. Where the hell does Juanito get the money from, man? These pesos are flowing tonight. I feel like he's printing it. Oh, this is where, baby. That Mexican Federal Reserve is really starting to kick in over here. No wonder. I was like, where the hell is he getting that money from? 3.5k of one base. I think that Liberators can absolutely make life a living nightmare for Elazer in the top left side. I mean, I don't see how you can mine from this base comfortably. We have a Spire, right? I thought we had a Spire. We don't have a Spire. Oh my. We need Vipers, Miko! Vipers exist! Vipers exist, mate. They're useful. They're good. I mean, this base is so important. Still anybody's game. 88 army supply against 93. Do we have any spellcasters left on the side of Elazer? Yes, Elazer turns around in the SpeCial, baby. He said, you ain't chasing me, I'm chasing you. And that's actually turning into an absolutely brilliant call. Can you believe it, guys? Elazer pretends that he is retreating, but he turns around immediately and gets a pretty damn good fight. And now the infestors to finish up. Oh no, they got revealed by the scan. That is a potentially game-saving scan, because if SpeCial would have lost all those bio units too, I don't think you can run up that ramp. I mean, that was amazing for Elazer for a little while. I don't know why we completely gave up on harassing with lips, by the way. I feel like Hydras cannot even reach everything. What is this thing, by the way? I know I asked before, but I still don't know. This game deserves a live audience. Hell yeah. Spodek Arena. Zerglings going for the surround on the Marines and Marauders. Liberators have sieged up again. I think the lips are too powerful here, guys. I think Juanito is going to do it, because Elazer is simply running out of anti-air. I know I've said it a couple of times. There are still 9 Hydras on the map. It's 130 supply, 130 supply. The Fungo is sick, but it feels that the Liberators are turning this into an unfair fight. SpeCial says, for the last time, we're gonna try to make
justice reigns from above.
And justice does reign from above as the Marines stim forward. Another fungal from the high ground, the second fungal from the left. Is that good enough? That it really comes down to this final fight. I think the guy with the gun proves to be a little bit too powerful. New patch, old patch, Wings of Liberty, Legacy of the Void. The guy with the gun has never failed to deliver, and will not fail to deliver a victory to Juanito in Game 5 of this absolutely magical night of the Basilisk Big Brain Bouts. Holy fuck. What a series, guys. What a series. What a final game. Reverse sweep on the side of Juanito. Man, what a night, guys. What a night of video games. Sick.
That was
actually fantastic. Obviously, it takes 2 to tango, so a lot of love and a lot of applause to Elazer as well. Felt that he left maybe game 4 was it game 4 a tiny bit early? Maybe looking back at it, he could have tried one more time. You know, it's crazy, guys. That SpeCial only built 88 workers in that final game. I thought he lost SCV after SCV after SCV. Only 88 in a 28-minute game. This is a surprisingly low number of workers produced. Wow, fantastic series, guys. That will be the end of a very long day of video games for me. We've been live for 11 hours and 8 minutes. I've done my best. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Congrats to SpeCial for winning 150 bucks. Congrats to Miko as well for still getting 50. I'm letting Juanito know that I really appreciated the game. Winghan sent me the Big Brain Bouts stats on Discord. That's awesome, mate. I will take a look at that. Thank you so much to BASILISK for giving us 10 more subbies for that final series of the day. You know what's beautiful about this victory as well, guys? Is that now historically it is dead even between these two long-lasting friendly rivals, I would say. 12 series in favor of SpeCial, 12 series in favor of Elazer. SpeCial did win the biggest series they ever played, which was not tonight, even though tonight was awesome. That was obviously this one, WCS 2017 BlizzCon. I think that's very cool. Two guys that have been playing against each other since 2015 in competitive StarCraft 2 are now all tied up at 12 victories each. Elazer still has a slightly better map score, but 12 to 12.